welcome to Videopoem. This week's guest is Barry Adelman from musicforhumanity.org. Say hey, Barry.
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's been
I
great.
appreciate being here. It's always nice to be down at this nice, beautiful studio. I like it.
Yeah, with the drone on the way too, but we don't quite have that. Can you handle it?
I'll do a song about the drone later because there really is no place to hide anymore.
But with your music, there's something that brings us out of hiding when you say for interconnectedness.
Interconnectedness, yes.
That's going to be our theme today.
Music for humanity. Well, you know, music is that force in life that really builds the bridges, builds the tunnels, builds the highways. They're invisible, but they connect our hearts. And it really doesn't matter too much what kind of music it is. As long as it's performed and done from the heart, it will open people's heart chakra up. And
So
if we
something
open,
is it something you're saying it's invisible? So it's something that people connect, like is it on an emotional level, intellectual level, a little bit of both? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as an emotional level. When it's there's intellectual stuff going on, but real music is not intellectual because it's nonverbal. It really gets to someplace deep inside of us. Like, for example, one of my early experiences, I went to Carnegie Hall, maybe when I was, I think 18, about 18, with a bunch of guys, and I didn't even know what I was going for. I was going for Beethoven's Ninth.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about classical music. We were sitting in the last row in the balcony. It didn't matter. That music filled everybody up. And when we all left, we were all high, and we were all high because of those sounds that about 300 people on stage made. Truly phenomenal.
No, was that the first time you connected with music on that level, or?
On that level, yes. That was the first time on that level. And then I think it was soon after that that I went to Woodstock in 1969. And that was a different, well, it was the same thing in a way, but I realized too that just too many people, really 400,000 people at a concert, it's not optimum for listening to music, even though I still very vividly recall Richie Havens and that opening number.
Freedom.
Seeing Freedom.
I actually saw Richie Havens. They did a
Yeah.
25th anniversary at the Woodstock location, and he came out. Because
Wow.
I had been a lifelong fan of Richie Havens.
Me too.
So I used to go see him on the Bottom Line all the time as a kid.
I saw him at the Bottom Line, but I saw him upstate in Boodles, no longer there, many times. I saw him at another concert series, and Richie...
Because he definitely had that kind of spiritual, quiet networking thing, right?
A magical guy. I saw him more in concert. I actually have a song about Richie. I'm not going to do it today. Maybe next year.
But now your guitar, why don't you play a quick song for us?
Okay, you know, it was Mother's Day just a couple of days ago, so we're going to do this song called For Mom.
Oh, great.
As I struggled to sleep last night, I felt my father by my bed. He said, "It's been 25 years, my son." Then he smiled and gently stroked my head. "We've come to take your mother home." And I realized my brother was there too. Our journeys will be over when we all return for you. When you come to take me, please be gentle, please be kind. I know I could have been a better son and brother, but I've loved you throughout time. Soon I'll be the last one living. My mother will be gone. I'll always remember her loving heart, as if we never were apart. Oh, this life passed so quickly. I still remember when we were all young, but soon she'll be gone, and I'll be the last surviving one. Oh, when you come to take me, please be gentle, please be kind. I know I could have been a better son and brother, but I've loved you throughout time. Oh, when you come to take me, please be gentle, please be kind. I know I could have been a better son and brother, but I've loved you throughout time. Yes, I've loved you throughout time. Oh, I've loved you throughout time.
Wow, what a poignant song.
That was called For Mom, and it really just happened that way. I mean, I couldn't sleep one night. My mother was living in my house for the last couple of years of her life, and I couldn't sleep one night, and I felt my father. It was pretty.
Your father had already passed on?
Yes, and my brother too. So that's how that song came about. I couldn't sleep. And
Yeah,
I
I could
felt
really
them
relate
in
to
the
it.
room, and I could, it was just, I picked up the guitar, and it was all there.
You know, you talk about music being spiritual, but it's also music is memory. Because
Yes.
you're evoking in their memory and their spirit.
Yes.
And it brings them, they've passed. But yeah, I don't even know your family yet. I felt like I knew them listening to that song. It
This
was
one, I got another one for you about the family. You want to hear it now?
it's all up to you.
Okay,
You want to
let's
play
do
right
it
now?
This one is called, I haven't recorded the other one, but this one is called The River of Life. And I'm going to record it soon with a great bass player, great drummer, and a great guitarist. John Sheehan is the guitarist. Robert Kopech is the bass player, and Billy Pascal is the drummer. I'm really looking forward to doing that. We're going to do it in June. Let me just check the tuning here real quick.
Yeah.
But this song is also about my family, and all I can say is a lot of people like this one because they relate it to them and their own lives. These tuning things here, I think these lights have something to do with this guitar being who knows?
The heat, you know?
The heat, yeah, the heat. It's like not really fun. We're getting close. All right, I think that's close enough. So this is called The River of Life, or it could be called My Family. My brother was a kind, gentle giant. Left us too young, just 54. We weren't real close, oh, but I loved him. And now I know we could have had so much more. Well, my daddy, he was quite a character. Had lots of true, loyal friends. Didn't live long, left us at 68. I still remember him bragging to those friends about how his sons were so great. Oh, the river of life flows downstream. We can't return if we're lucky. We remember our dreams. And like the setting of the sun and the phases of the moon, sometimes it seems our lives end too soon. Now my mama was filled with love, wisdom too, and maybe that's why she lived to be 92. Spent the last couple of years living with me until I said, Mom, don't worry, I'll be okay. And the next day she was set free. Oh, the river of life flows downstream. We can't return if we're lucky. We remember our dreams. And like the changing of the leaves and the phases of the moon, no matter how long we live, this life seems to end too soon. Now I know one day my time will come. Don't know how old I'll be, but on that day I will rejoin my family. Oh yes, on that day like them, I will be set free. Oh, the river of life flows downstream. We can't return if we're lucky. We remember our dreams. And like the setting of the sun and the phases of the moon, no matter how long we live, it all seems to end too soon. Yes, like the changing of the leaves and the phases of the moon, no matter how long we live, this life seems to end too soon. Like the setting of the sun, like the phases of the moon.
Wow, Barry, it's beautiful. Really moving.
Thank you. Appreciate
You
this.
think of a deep spiritual component.
Yes. Those songs just come out of kind of nowhere. That one was actually inspired by a great singer-songwriter. You should have him here someday. His name is Don Lowe. He comes from a big town like me. I come from Brooklyn. He comes from
Brooklyn, huh? What part of Brooklyn?
Bensonhurst.
Okay.
He comes from, actually, he comes from North Dakota, a town with about 150 people. His name is Don Lowe. Yeah, you should bring him here someday.
Yeah, hook me up.
I will.
Yeah,
Definitely.
awesome.
I
So how did
definitely
you get into playing guitar and stuff? When did you pick it up?
You know, oh, that's interesting. I was an athlete when I was in
Like what
high
sports?
school, basketball, and I played basketball in the high school team, and that was great. And then when I was a little 10 or 11, my mother said, "Hey, why don't you go take some lessons?" So I went on 18th Avenue in Brooklyn to a little Italian guy, and he started teaching me, and I said, "Mom, that's good." I did it for 6 months. I dropped it. I would be really good now if I had stuck with it. But I said, I want to play basketball. So I played basketball in high school.
What position?
Guard, because I was short. But I was a good shooter.
Like a point guard?
Yeah. And I was a good ball handler. I was on the starting team in high school, which is a nice thing. In any case, though, when it was over, when I realized wow, I'm 17, I'm 18 now, and I can't play basketball forever. I made a very conscious decision. What am I going to do with the energy that I put into that activity? Where am I going to put it now? And I said, music. And I said, okay, what instrument? And I said at the time, well, I can't sing, so I'm going to play flute. And that was my first instrument.
Oh, cool.
And then somewhere along the line, I went into, actually a few years later, after being very involved with flute, I went into guitar, classical flamenco. This is a flamenco guitar. All guitars, by the way, out there in TV land are descendants of the Spanish guitar. This is a Spanish guitar. This is where the guitar was invented, in Spain. And no matter what it looks like, kind of like all dogs are descendants of wolves, the wolf is the originator. This is the originator of every kind of crazy guitar you ever see.
Now you're talking about like you were going to Woodstock. Were you influenced by the '60s and social conscience of music?
Oh yeah, Dylan and all that stuff. It was
because you mentioned
fantastic.
Richie Havens.
Oh, Richie Havens. I loved Richie. Wow. But then at some point in time, I was playing classical.
Like Segovia and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. And I realized, wow, 3 or 4 hours a day, it just doesn't cut it. You got to really do 6 and 8 hours a day if you're going to be a good classical player. So then songs started to come to me, and I loved it so much, I kind of dropped the classical and went into songwriting. And it's just been...
1-4-5's easier than Segovia, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Throw like a 6A minor in there?
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot simpler. But, you know, and then one day...
Throw a capo if you need to change pitch?
Yeah, exactly. So one of the songs I did, well, and like most singer-songwriters, what do they write about? They write about falling in love and falling out of love.
Sure.
That's the number one topic, right?
Sure.
So I had written this song after a long 10-year relationship. It's a pretty good song, pretty good breakup song. But I got up in my living room and I said, literally, I'm not exaggerating this was in 2001. I said, Great Spirit, God, can't you give me a song with more meaning than these songs of the heart? Because I was sick of them already. And within a week, I had this song called The Tree Song. That was like the beginning of Music for Humanity, in a way. That song, and I was very thankful. I'm very thankful every time I get a new song. Because
and when you get the chance to talk a little bit what that organization does, the scholarships.
Yeah, we have to talk about that. But I want to play this song.
Oh, be my guest.
Okay, because we're running out of time.
Yeah, it goes so fast, isn't it?
This is the Tree Song. 2,000 years ago, I started to grow. I pushed the shoot up through the soil below. And with each passing year, I added a new ring. I've been here quite a while now. I know a few things. Throughout these centuries, I've learned to coexist with the birds, the animals, reptiles, and insects. Yes, I've been the home to many, sheltered quite a few. My branches spread wide, from my peak, I've got a view. In the distance now, I see the fires, I hear the chainsaws. They're cutting, burning down my brothers and sisters. I feel them falling to the jungle floor. Now they're bringing in cattle. Soon they'll be killing them. Can't these humans see they're gonna bring about their own end? We're all connected by one life force. It's not reserved for humans. It's in all of us. But they seem to want it all. They're never satisfied. One day they'll create their apocalypse. One day they'll just die. In the distance now, I see the fires, I hear the chainsaws. They're cutting, burning down my brothers and sisters. I feel them falling to the jungle floor. Now they're bringing in cattle. Soon they'll be killing them. Can't these humans see they're gonna bring about their own end? Well, they think they know the answers. They think they hear God's call. But throughout the centuries, they've raped, pillared, plundered. They've almost destroyed it all. I invite them to come, stand a century or two here with me. Feel the sun, wind, and rain. Hear the earth's harmony. Maybe then they'll realize we're connected by one life force. It's not reserved for humans. It's in all of us. But they seem to want it all. They're never satisfied. One day they'll create their apocalypse. One day they'll just die. In the distance now, I see the fires. I hear the chainsaws. They're cutting, burning down my brothers and sisters. I feel them falling to the jungle floor. Now they're bringing in cattle. Soon they'll be killing them. Can't these humans see they're gonna bring about their own end? Oh, can't these humans see they're gonna bring about their own end? That's a Tree song, Bob.
Oh, that's poignant.
Now those lyrics just came like, wow, like that.
Just came on, you wrote it down.
By divine inspiration. I can't say that I'm anything more than the messenger.
There you go. And that gets back to that kind of networking thing you were talking about.
Yeah, well, the building the bridges.
Do you see yourself as a conduit for like facilitating that kind of network?
Yeah, sure, yeah. And via music, I mean, that was in 2001. In 2005, I was on a cruise ship in Alaska, and I was minding my own business, and like in the film Field of Dreams, build it and they will come, I heard this voice. It didn't say build it and they will come, it said music for humanity.
And that's where you came up with the concept for that?
Yeah, I looked around, I said, I thought somebody was there. Then I heard it again, I looked around again, I said, oh wow, I have to do something about that. And when I got off the ship, I looked up musicforhumanity.org, and somebody had reserved that name, but there was no website. I did a little research, I found out who that person was, I called him up, and he's my co-founder, and he really takes care of the website.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's really how it started. So that was 2005. We became an official not-for-profit, which means you can make donations. You can do it right online at musicforhumanity.org. You can send me a check too if you'd like to Music for Humanity, P.O. Box 359, Chester, New York, 10918. And that's tax deductible. And we take that money. We weren't really sure. We wanted to be, I think we really wanted to be like the Red Cross. Because, you know, every time there's a disaster, there's always, the musicians get together and there's a fundraiser. What we really wanted to have was a perpetual fundraiser. Oh, there's a disaster, you need $20 million, here, we have the money. That's really kind of the ultimate goal of Music for Humanity, I think. But in the meantime, we're taking the money that we get and we're giving it out in the form of music scholarships to young aspiring musicians who are attending any accredited college in the country as a music major. And we've given out 55,000 in scholarships. We're going to give another 12,000 this year, and I'd love to get those numbers higher because it's so expensive.
Now, do you find the students, or they apply to you, or it's a little bit of both?
They apply, they apply right online. Anybody can go to the website. We've cut off applications for this year. So we've got the applicants in. I have a real scholarship committee composed of 3 professional musicians who will make the determination, send their recommendation to the Music for Humanity board, of which I'm a member of, and basically the board rubber stamps what they decide. And it's been great. I keep asking for money, and they give out
And you've been
the
doing this
money.
since 2005?
I think we gave our first scholarships out in 2007.
2007?
Yeah, so every year, and we've been giving out more every year. So this year is the most, 12,000. But I would love to give one kid 12,000 and give some more. I'd love to give out 50,000.
Yeah.
You know, because
you're talking
music,
about like one prospect.
music is
odd.
so important for our society. It is so incredibly important.
Which is kind of ironic with the current president cutting back funding for the arts. Like organizations like yours
insane.
more than ever, right?
Yeah, insane. I mean, we're not a political organization, but I do want to say that, yeah, the arts are so essential to a good community, a good society. The other way there's a couple of other ways you can help Music for Humanity. Very simple. If you shop on Amazon.com, set up an account at AmazonSmile.com, and you can select Music for Humanity as your charity of choice.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
And anybody who shops there and selects Music for Humanity, we're going to get 1/2 of whatever you spend. So it's nothing out of your pocket. Amazon is giving it to us. The other way you can support us, we only have a few seconds left here, is to go to cdbaby.com and download the few songs that I have up there for Music for Humanity. One is the Tree song, which I just sang. One is the Brown Cow song, which I sang the last time I was here. I should really show the book, but we don't have time. And the other one is We're Running, which is a great tune.
Okay, Barry. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having
coming
me.
on. You rock.
I
You
appreciate
have to
it.
do more.
Thanks, man. Thank you. All right. Whew.